Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another episode of News and Opinion. So, I'm going to try to keep this episode a little bit short and simple because a lot has happened, but not a lot has happened. Anyways, I want to talk about three things that I'm going to be talking about. I'll discuss it, give you my opinions, and we'll take it from there. So, first thing I want to talk about is the George Floyd body cam. Well, actually, it's the police body cam of George Floyd arrest. It was leaked. I'll try to put a link in the notes section. It was leaked through the Daily Mail. Apparently, it was uh, gag ordered, I guess. It was not, you couldn't release it to the public, and it was recorded off of a recording of a laptop that you can view it, and that was leaked. Obviously, somebody in America leaked it to the Daily Mail. Anyways, it doesn't look good. I'll talk a little bit about that and give you my opinions on it. Next thing I'll talk about is the Beirut, Lebanon. Man, ammonia nitrate explosion. Was it an attack? Is it an attack on Beirut, Lebanon? Things have gone really south over there. It is people are protesting. People are getting violent. People want a revolution there. It's gotten really bad because first of all, the whole pandemic. So people were locked inside their homes. I think a lot of people had their bank accounts frozen, so they couldn't even spend the money. They're almost like captives over there. I'll give you my opinion on what may happen, what could lead up into the future, and how this could drag America possibly into conflict and the whole world. All right, last thing I'll talk about is the stimulus bill, the second stimulus bill held up in Congress. What is going on? And recently, I think Trump had a press announcement that he would do some executive orders to extend the unemployment benefits and also cut the payroll tax, and even freeze evictions because evictions are looming. The extra $600 and unemployment benefits are running out. So there's a lot of people who are legitimately, right, needing that money. But there's also a lot of other people who are just taking in that money, going out and protesting and rioting instead of getting getting their stuff together and getting back on track. So let's go over the issues here. Let's go over the news. So George Floyd, the police body cam was leaked. Now I've seen it. I always had my suspicion because I always felt that George Floyd was a false martyr by the BLM and the Antifa, the AB movement. They use that event. They use the death of George Floyd as a triggering event, and it all turns out to be a lie, a scam. Everything about what they were trying to portray, what happened, was false. The whole kneeling on the neck. It turns out maybe that didn't cause the death. That was not the cause of the death. Drug overdose, being forced on the ground. Turns out in the video that George Floyd asked to be on the ground, wanted to be on the ground, so he slid out through the other side of the police car and rolled off into the ground because he actually admitted he could not breathe. He had a hard time breathing. And this is before this is before they actually were on top of him. So a lot of things have been misdirected. I would even say lied. You all been lied to in a lot of ways. And I think I think the true face of Antifa and BLM, the AB movement in America, is really starting to show, and it's really turning people off. They are starting to be pushed to the fringes and literally ignored at this point. people are turning against that movement. And I think the Democrats are going to regret ever backing that movement. All right, so next thing I'll talk about Lebanon, Beirut, Lebanon, ammonia nitrate. So they had a whole huge stockpile, like I think up to four silos of ammonia nitrate stockpiled. I don't know what they were doing with it, making making weapons or making fertilizer. I'm not sure, but anyways, there was a fire, and the fire caused the explosion of the ammonia nitrate, and it just blew up several. I don't know how many blocks, but it just devastated the port and the surrounding areas, and hundreds of people are dead. Thousands are a few hundred thousand. Well, I won't say 100,000. Few thousands of people have been injured. There's protests. There's anger. People want revolution. They want the government to be completely replaced. It's not looking good. I don't know if it was an attack or if it was an accident. President Trump did mention in a press briefing that he called it an attack, but I guess that's just a matter of wording. All I know is this could be the start of some proxy war in that area, and proxy wars have the potential to lead to global war, global conflict, dragging the other superpowers into this war. So that's something that you should all watch out for. Hopefully, it will not come to that, but any destabilization or revolution happening in the Middle East will spread out to Europe, Asia, eventually North America and South America. Eventually, it'll drag in those other countries. So that's something you should all watch out for. All right, the second stimulus bill held up in Congress because Democrats want a bailout, all right, for all the cities that were rioting and looting. Instead of actually supporting the police, the local police, to prevent the riot and looting, they allowed it to happen, burning down their own cities. Now they want a handout that has nothing to do with the coronavirus. All right? Nothing to do with the coronavirus. Related to, but nothing to do with coronavirus. And so I'm not in a hurry to collect any money, although $1,200 is pretty nice. If anything, I'll probably buy more body armor, more ammo, more guns, more rifles, something to protect myself with that extra money. But I'm not in a hurry. My wife still works. I'm still unemployed. I've been unemployed for like 10 years, so I don't work anymore, so it hasn't affected me. Will President Trump do some kind of executive order to extend the benefits, to stop the evictions, to possibly, for the people who are back to work, back on track, do payroll cut taxes or cut the payroll tax? Maybe, who knows? In any case, it hasn't affected me personally, but I think it will affect the cities that are Democrat-run cities more than other cities, because other cities actually, protected their people and protected the property, so they don't need a bailout. Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode. That's the three things that caught my eye, gets my attention, and the things to watch out for. So please like, share, subscribe. Until next time, everybody. Bye-bye.